Fairy Tail Chapter 502 review. I had no idea the chapters dropped so early. I was like, this review's coming out today. The chapter came out yesterday. No, I had no idea it dropped already. So, fuck it. I'm late. Whatever. So as far as this chapter goes for Fairy Tail, the beginning was good and the end was good. The middle, I was so bored in the middle part. It was just, fuck. That was just boring and crappy. And okay, in the beginning part, we have Elaine who's trying to take out Fairy Heart out of Mavis. I can't wait to find out what kind of power source that is, but it's taking her forever to do it. Then all of a sudden we see Zareth telling her, oh, I want 3 minutes alone with her. And she's like, what are you talking about? That's foolish. And then we got the real Zareth coming out. I was like, oh no, that's an illusion. So apparently Mavis was doing here's what I'm confused about. It turns out that the real Mavis that she was taking out the power was already an illusion. And so Mavis had escaped already. But if that's the case, then why would she do another illusion of Zareth telling her to back off and let me speak to Mavis if she had already escaped? Huh? I'm confused. If that makes no sense. If Mavis did not make an illusion of Zareth, then how does Elaine find out that Mavis is gone? Right? Because we find out that the Mavis on the table is actually an illusion, and then the real Mavis is already outside trying to escape. Am I missing something? I tried reading the chapter twice. I was like, what? I'm a little confused about that. And I'm leaving that beginning part out for question at first, because I want to keep reading the chapter. I want to see if that beginning part's also fucking bullshit. But I was just confused. I'm like, wait, what? Mavis? Huh? Why'd you make another illusion then if you already escaped? So we got Elaine. She's pissed off that she escaped. She's like, me of all people? Me of all people? And she's like pissed off. I'm like, okay, sweet. I want to see what she's gonna do. But obviously she can't hurt Mavis because they need Fairy Heart. Then we come to the middle part, and it was just bullshit. You got Jet and Joy, and you got Joy who's still fucking fat, man. I'm like, dude, I understand being fat, I was fat. I am fat. I'm kind of chubby. But, dude, if you're getting ready for a war, man, get in shape. Or if you're in a guild, man, get in shape. Joy is just a horrible character. Jet, True, those guys have just been side characters, side dumbasses for a long time. And Joy just falls over and is like, oh, let me go. Oh. And I'm like, oh, God, why are we on these bastards? And then we get Gajo, and he saves them. And he's like, oh, I'm here to protect my buddies. Fairy Tail butch. And I'm like, Gajo, just take them out, man. Please, we don't need them. And then then we get this heartfelt moment between Gajo and Levi, and it's supposed to feel heartfelt, but it doesn't feel heartfelt because she just saw him 10 minutes ago. If you go by chapter, I don't know, couple chapters ago, and an hour ago, she just saw him being swallowed into hell, and then an hour later she sees him, and then she gets all emotional, Levi gets pissed off, but it doesn't feel emotional to the fans because it's just, it didn't feel like Gajo worked to get back, or as if Mashima didn't work for Gajo to get back to the living. It was such a BS moment what happened with Gajo that I don't give a fuck that he reunited with Levi. It felt so underwhelming. It could have been executed a lot better if Gajo was brought back a different way, but I didn't really care about that heartfelt moment. Whatever. Okay, so we got that bullshit out of the way. The middle part was just hard to get through for me. Then we get the ending. Yes, God. Finally, something to look forward to from this chapter was that Brandish is alive. We knew that, obviously. So we get that Miss Polosha, I forgot her name. She comes up to Brandish, is like, oh, where's Natsu? And she's like, Natsu. Oh, and she's like, my diagnosis was wrong. I'm like, well, you're a crappy doctor. But anyway, apparently she didn't know what it was, but she thought it was anti-ethernano, but it turns out it wasn't. It was something a lot worse that was on his arm. So that tumor is something else besides, it isn't a tumor at all. We don't know what it is, but it was able to cause Natsu to pass out. And we get the last scene of with Lucy tied up, in her little bikini shit. And we got Demaria, she's like, oh, I'm gonna torture her ass. And she knocks her there in his head down low as if something's gonna happen pretty soon, man. I'm like, that's the only way I can see them beating Demaria if E&D comes into the picture. I don't know how E&D is gonna come in, but we'll see. We'll see, man. I can't wait. I hope it's done well though. And this is gonna happen right after Gray had just found out who Natsu was. I mean, so like these past couple of chapters, it's like Hero's done, like, besides the last chapter, I thought last chapter was good, but Hero has done things where like it's like pisses you off, but he puts an ending where it's like, oh, okay, like I'm hyped up again. So overall, this chapter though, he kind of did the same thing. I would give it a 2 out of 5 stars. I was like I was bored this chapter until the ending, man. But that's all right. We'll see how the next one goes. That's it for me, guys. Fantard out.